that to give me to make me ask this dude a question and to have my face try to look straight like we all know, bruh. We know that you know that we know that you know this is nonsense. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fill the dead air with some music or something, man. This is just... John Fetterman was on with Don Lemon, and he was asked about the biggest cause of inflation and whether the Biden administration should be doing more. And the answer to the question, I would say, is troubling, at least. For me, if you were to ask me that question, you keep it big level, and I only have a rudimentary understanding of this stuff, kind of like an economics 101. Economics 101, when you talk about inflation, we first need to separate. Are you talking about pricing or the value of money? Then we go down the route of you increase supply, then hopefully you get pricing down. You stop spending money, you get money out of circulation. That's how you do deflation, and the value of money goes up. But what do you hear when someone's running for Senate? I'm curious to hear. It's a great question to ask. It's on the top of everybody's mind. So, John Fetterman, you're the one that everybody says to, hey, we want you to, not everybody, but those on the left are still supporting, still behind. They want him to be the guy. So when he's asked about inflation, I'm sure he has a very profound statement to make.
What do you think the biggest cause of inflation is? And should the Biden administration be doing more?
No, I just do. I think that simply is also, Leah, let's talk about the trillions in massive tax cuts to the corporate tax structure as well. True, trillions of dollars that have added to the deficit, and now they still want to support those as well. True. I think in terms of being very serious about addressing inflation is making sure that those rates are brought back into a line with what they should have been, where they're able to fight the deficit.
What do you think the biggest cause of inflation is? And should the Biden administration...
My Lord. Jesus Christ. I don't even know what to say anymore, man. I don't even know what to say. This is not. It has nothing to do with politics as far as like, am I Democrat, Republican, or what? I hope you listening to that, and who knows? This is speculation, but say Fetterman was MAGA, and I'm rocking Super MAGA shirt. I would be flaming MAGA, and I would be flaming him politically. Very more upset than now, because I kind of line with MAGA in a way. I would be very upset. So I hope I hope I'm coming from a bipartisan, like, just like, what's happening? Really, we have to stop and evaluate. Inflation is it's a hidden tax. I went to the grocery store the other day, and eggs were $6.99, or it was. Before the pandemic started, they were $1.99. Now, there's other there's supply and demand. There's some type of flu or something with chickens, and there's inflation. So that's not all inflation. But what I'm saying is, like, when you go to the pump, when you go to the grocery store, you see all that stuff. Then you might come home and then you see the race baiting and all that. And the atmosphere in our country right now is we need to really be choosy about who's going to represent us. This is not the before times. Why is this guy still running for Senate? That's unacceptable. It's inexcusable. He's asked about inflation and he has an incoherent answer. I don't care about the stroke or anything like that. I'm not talking about him as a person. I'm talking about him as a candidate for Senate. When you run for public office, you are a public personality. You're a public person.
Administration be doing more.
When you're asked about inflation, that can't be the answer. And I'm tired of people, even on the Republicans on the right, trying to translate this for him. I am 100% with Tim Pool. Do not translate this. This is what he said. Don't try to transpose it for him. He can speak for himself. He's running for Senate.
No, I just do. I think that simply is also, Leah, this.
No, I just do. I think I also... What the hell is going on?
talk about the trillions in massive tax cuts to the corporate tax structure.
What the hell is he talking about? The massive tax cuts. What the hell are you talking about?
Sure, as well true. Trillions of dollars.
As well true. With the utmost of confidence. This dude's brain is damaged and he still has the confident arrogance, ignorance, incompetence about him. What is that ingrained? Like, how do you have this arrogant confidence about you? Is he just so unaware? Is that ingrained somewhere deep inside of him? He's asked the most basic question about inflation, and we don't know what the hell he's talking about with his answer. And look at Don Lemon's face. What the hell happened to you, bruh? They probably cut from him when he was like reevaluating his life. There's not enough money in the world to give me to make me ask this dude a question and to have my face try to look straight like we all know, bruh. We know that you know that we know that you know this is nonsense. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fill the dead air with some music or something, man. This is just... It's... I'll end with this. The whole scene is dystopian. The news personality, the brainless buffoon who's sitting there, Don Lemon, who just has to act like this is fine, just playing it off like with a straight face. Most people can't, so I give him credit for that kind of that acting that he's able to put on. I'd love to hear him talk about this behind the scenes, off the record. The hoodie he wears to hide a growth on his neck, we have no idea. He has not released any records. He hasn't even talked about what that thing on his neck is. And that's his private health. He doesn't have to release that, and I don't have to be civil about looking at it like what the hell is going on. The brick background to fake this I'm a common person, I'm raw, I'm for the people nonsense. He's a coddled baby who had a tragic stroke, but from what the reports say, in part from his own doing, he didn't take his medicine and do what he was supposed to do, which you can factor into someone's ability to do the job at Senate. So it sounds like the stroke happened, from the reports I've seen, in part because of his own malpractice and his own self-care, or lack thereof. Then he has digital assistants. You can't see it, but he has digital assistants off the screen that he relies on. That obviously failed him. Then you have people who criticize Herschel Walker because Herschel Walker has difficulty articulating himself, which is fair criticism. But then when you go to Fetterbot, I'm supposed to cuddle him like he's a lost puppy. I'm not cuddling this, bruh. I'm not cuddling you either. I'm not cuddling me either. I'm not cuddling this country. This is a disgrace to our process that he doesn't have to drop out. That a lot of people, not only are they not saying he has to drop out, not only are they not staying quiet, they're trying to rally around him. Why? Dr. Oz is like Mitt Romney. You love that dude. There's no difference between Dr. Oz and Barack Obama. So why are you even coddling Fetterman? You zombies don't even know what's going on. Why don't you should rally around Oz. Who cares if Trump supported it? He's not MAGA. I'm done with the coddling. Let me know what you think. Take care.